Hey, we're live. This is Jeff here with eBay Addicts, and today my special guest is Joey Bada Bing 22, your friendly neighborhood mailman.
Let's
go! Yo, so guys, we're live. So hey, if you guys want to stop and ask questions, or if you want to drop something questions in the chat, or hang out, or just want to say hi, you can drop it in the chat. So Joey, man, what's going on with you, man? I heard you had a couple of days off from work. What have you been up to, man? What have you been doing, bro?
So these last couple of days, my best friend just turned 21. So I took a couple of days off and just hung out with him yesterday. It was his 21st birthday, like I said, and we had a really good time. And we just came home, and I was just kind of relaxing all day and just chilling out, playing some video games and just doing my thing.
Right. So man, how long have you been working as a post office guy? And can you get a little bit into your backstory? Like before you got a job working at the post office, before you got into reselling, like what was your life like before that?
Okay, so basically I played baseball my whole life. I'm a baseball guy. I love sports. And my senior year, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to play baseball. I had offers to go to Ohio, the Bobcats, and I had some offers there. And I said, what can we do? Can we do like, something where I could play? Like, I don't have a lot of money to spend. And they're like, hey, you're gonna have to pay all this money. I was like, look, I just can't do it, man. I just can't. I don't want to be in debt, So I didn't go that route, and I went to fire school, and I was trying to become a firefighter. Yeah.
Man.
I did all the schooling. I went to Ocala. It was the Florida State Fire College over there. Yeah. And went there, finished the whole school, and I went on some calls, and it just wasn't for me. Like I literally was upset. Like people like families crying and stuff. Like I want to cry with them. You know what I mean? So
yeah, Joey, man, that fire squad ain't no joke, man. Back in the day, I applied for the fire department, and I had to run through the obstacle course, right? Yeah. So they're like, all right, run up these 10 flights of stories, and then carry this carry this real heavy hose on your back, on your shoulder, and then they got a stopwatch and they're timing you, right? Yeah, and they're like, run up these flights of stairs, run through these tires, carry this person, and then they're like timing you. So I'm running all the way up these flights of stairs and down, and then they're like running through these tires, running through this obstacle course. I can't breathe. I'm just like dehydrated. I'm like, I can't breathe. I'm like, somebody give me some water, bro, water. So I'm just sitting here and I'm like passed out, right? Yeah. Some dude hands me this Gatorade bottle. I drink the whole I drink the whole Gatorade bottle, and I was like, I was back to life, you know what I'm saying? I was completely out. I had no energy, no nothing, bro. So yeah, man, I understand, because they were like, okay, disassemble this fire hydrant, and then raise this ladder, carry this, like, I don't know, it's like an 80 or 100-pound hose on your back, and you're running through this little obstacle course, and they're timing you, yelling at you the whole time, So that stuff is not no joke, man. I went through the obstacle course, and I was like, dude, this ain't for me, bro. So what happened then, Joey? After you went through the fire school and you went through the training, and you're just like, man, I don't think this is for me. What happened then, man?
So basically, I went back to my roots, and in high school I went to I worked at it's called Golf World, and I worked at a like go-kart place, and I was a manager out there. I did the go-karts and like the mini golf, cleaning on the maintenance and stuff, and did all that. Went back there, just try to get my job, just try to make some money, some income. And then basically I got a job at Publix. I was a stock boy. And I tried to move up the chain with that. And they didn't want to push for me. I mean, in 6 months, I got full time, which is very, very hard in Publix. Like it's supposed to take you like 2 to 3 years. Like I was pushing them. I was like, I work really hard. I'm a very, very hard worker. And I would go above and beyond to try to be perfect, and basically they didn't want to move me up the chain. They wanted to, I'm sure there's a protocol where, you got to wait like 6 months to do a certain task or something like that. And I was like, come on, man. Like, I'm like, I'm ready for this, Right. They're just like, we can't do it, So I was like, you know what, man, this isn't for me. I want to move up. I can't, no offense. I didn't want to make $10 an hour. I needed to go bigger. You can't support a family with that. So, I'm thinking like, what am I going to do? So in between, when I was working in Publix and I was kind of frustrated with Publix, I was doing Instacart, and I was working. I would wake up at 6 a.m. I would get out to Jupiter, Florida, and I would do all the calls, man. I was actually #1 in the city for Instacart. Like I'm competitive, so I tried to be the best. And I had like 3 orders at once, going every single time, pulling these orders and stuff. And I did really good, man. That was my side job, and I was like making so much money doing it. And I'm like, why can't I just do this?
I heard some of the customers tip pretty good on Instacart. I haven't done it yet, but I heard about it. Yeah,
they do. And Jupiter's a really good place. They have a lot of, it's a rich neighborhood.
It's like a retirement community there or something, isn't it?
I mean, you got Tiger Woods there. You got Michael Jordan. I mean, there's so many people with houses and golf courses and everywhere, So it's a very well put off place, so that's why I went over there.
Right.
But I made really good income, and I was like, you know what? I kind of like this delivery aspect. Let me try to apply to the post office. I kind of like driving in a truck and, delivering. Yeah. So I applied during the process of me being at Publix, like not knowing, I might get it, I might not. And I actually got the job. So I was like, no way. But what's crazy is I gave my 2 weeks into Publix. I'm like, look, I can't do this no more. I'm working so hard, hurting myself, trying to make this place look beautiful, and I'm not getting anything in return. So I went to the manager. I was like, I'm done. I need my 2 weeks. I'll definitely work my 2 weeks. I'm not going to just get up and leave, but I got to figure out something in life. I gotta go. And during the 2 weeks, 1 week went by, and I got a call from the post office, and I got the chills because I believe in stuff like that, like weird stuff, like. And everything happens for a reason for me. So,
right. So how long have you been at the post office, and was it a hard process to get hired on? In case someone's watching, guys, we're live with Joey here. And believe it or not, we both live in Florida. I live on the West Coast, and he lives on the East Coast of Florida. Yeah. So tell me more about this process of working at the post office. What shift do you work? Like, you get up at the crack of dawn at like 6 o'clock in the morning. How long is your shift? Go a little bit more into depth on that.
So I got the job, and it took forever. It took for the background checks and fingerprints, and it's like working for it's the government, So I mean, you have federal, it's a federal crime if you steal, So you have mail packages, people who have diamond rings and boxes that you got to deliver, and if you miss delivery, you can get fired. There's a lot of things that could happen, but you're very cautious. You learn. But once I got the job, I was so happy. I'm like, dude, this is where I want to be. First day of work, I walk in, and for me, I always shake everybody's hand. Like, hey guys, I'm Joey. Nice to meet you. I'm a very humble guy. So, I spoke to everybody, and it was my second day. I came in, and everyone's like, Joey. I'm like, dude, I love this place, man. So, basically, I was a CCA, so it was like the lowest guy. You come in, and basically you're the substitute for everybody. If someone's on vacation, if someone's off that day, annual leave, if they're sick, you're the guy that's backing them up. So, I did that for about 2 years and 6 months, 2.5 years. And I actually just received full time. So I'm career employee. And now I have my own route now. So I come in every day at 8:30 in the morning, and I live 30 minutes away from work. So get ready. I leave about at 7:45, 7:50. And I get to my work about 8:30, and I start my day. And yeah.
So how long does it take you normally to do one of these routes? And how long have you been there at the post office?
So I've been with the post office now for almost 3 years. I almost been there for 3 years. It's crazy how time flies. I can't even believe it. But been there for 3 years, and basically when I get to my route, cased up my whole route, and we start at 8:30, and 30 minutes we were casing up all the mail. So it's all the loose mail that gets loose, so letters or magazines, and we case the whole entire 30 minutes, and we have a 10-minute break, and after that we case up some more. We case up the spurs, kind of like medicine, smaller packages, or media mail type packages where there's books, and you could tell, you could feel it.
Right, but I'm saying, like, how long does it take you to do? Let's say if you start your shift at 8:30 and you start delivering the mail, are you done at 3, 4, 5, 6? Like, how long did it take you 8 hours to do it?
Yeah, basically, they consider it an 8-hour day. So, and sometimes like you get pieces and stuff. And I was on the overtime list, and I just taken myself off only because I want to try to push this eBay stuff. But we'll talk about that in a little bit, how I started with that too.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, so you took your name off the overtime list, and you've been at the post office now for about 3 years.
Yeah.
You're a post office delivery driver, and so I watched one of your live streams recently. I heard that you actually got started on eBay when you were working at the post office. You saw these packages on this porch, and you were like, "Okay, what's up with all these packages sitting here at this porch every day?"
Yeah.
And I heard that you actually went and knocked on the door and asked them, like, "Hey, yo, I'm your friendly post office guy, but why do you have so many packages on your front porch?"
Exactly.
So can you can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, man. So like he said, guys, basically every day I'd come up to this house because I'm a regular now, so I've been going to the same house, and I would knock on the door and I'd just be like, "Hey, I'm Joey. I'm your mailman. I'm excited to ask this question." I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing with all these packages?" And she's like, "I sell stuff on eBay." I'm like, "What's eBay?" Like I knew of it, but I didn't know like what it was, So, basically she said, "I sell stuff on eBay." And so I was like, "Tell me the process. Like, what do you do?" She's like, "I go to like Goodwill, garage sales, and yard sales, and I go pick up some, stuff for like $1, and I try to sell it for more." I was like, that's really interesting. So I was like, "Thank you so much." I didn't want to take too much of her time because I had to go too. I got to go to work. But then I was like, so I got on my phone instantly and I went on YouTube and I was like, how to start on eBay, and Rally Roots came up, and I was like, "Oh my God, like this is cool. Like, let me check this out." And ever since then, man, I've watched every video of Rally Roots, and like a suggested video of Harry Tornado came up, and I love Harry Tornado. Like, I love that dude. Like, and I stopped watching Rally Roots and I watched every video of Harry Tornado because I just love him as a person. Like, even if eBay wasn't here, YouTube, anything, like he would be like my best friend. Like, I just think he's awesome. Yeah,
Rally Roots are cool. They actually live here in Tampa. They've been on my channel twice. They've been on my channel twice. Yeah, and so yeah, man. So they're actually pretty cool people, man. Yeah. Like I said, I've had Rally Roots on my channel twice already. I sent him an email to see if he wanted to come back on, but he didn't respond. I guess he's busy now. But yeah, man. He's been on the channel twice, and Rockstar Flipper lives here in Tampa as well. He's been on my channel once already. So that's cool. Awesome. So you saw these packages sitting on these people's porch, and because you went out of your way and knocked on this lady's door and was like, "Hey, why do you have so many packages on your front porch?" The lady's like, "Yo, I'm an eBay seller. Why am I being interrogated? And you're just like, "Oh, I just wanted to know." And then so once you found out about, hey, I can make money selling stuff on eBay, you just started watching YouTube videos, saw Rally Roots, saw Harry Tornado, and you basically had an eBay store ever since, right?
Yeah, man. So it's been history from there. So it's been
so how long have you been on eBay right now, bro?
So basically, when I asked that question, it was last year, probably it's almost been about a year that I know about this. So I started in September, October, just learning. I never went to the store. I never went to garage sales. I just was strictly watching YouTube, videos, and just learning, because I didn't want to like jump into something and buy a bunch of stuff or and then be like left like red-handed, and then I get frustrated, So I really wanted to learn about this and like dig deep and learn like how to do it. So that's why I watched a million YouTube videos of Rally Roots and Harry Tornado.
Yeah. That's cool, man. So when you started watching videos and you were like taking notes, you're trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work. Like, when were you like, okay, I'm going to start spending my hard-earned cash to start buying merchandise? Were you like watching Harry Tornado? Were you watching some like What Sold videos? And you're just like, dude, I'm just going to start. I'm going to start doing what they're doing. I'm seeing this guy, he's making $5-10 grand a month in sales on eBay. I'm just going to start emulating and buying the stuff they buy. Or did you do trial and error? Or did you just take your eBay app out and start going to the Goodwill? Or how did that go, bro?
So basically, it was towards my birthday. It was probably December of, probably a little bit before Christmas. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it now. Like, I feel confident, and let's just go. And I went to Goodwill on my day off, and I was like, just like looking at things, and I was like scanning stuff because that's what, I just learned from them. And it's not all about just scanning something, it's just actually learning the product, learning the items. But at first I was like, let me just scan something because I see a barcode, I got excited. And, it wasn't really worth that much. And you learn the products as you go. But I don't even remember, man. Like I didn't buy anything, but I bought one pair of shoes, and it was an Echo like loafers, like slip-on loafer shoe. And I bought one thing, and I was like, you know what? This is it. I'm going to put it on eBay, and I'm going to sell this thing, I put it up a little bit before Christmas. A week goes by, and my birthday's January 2nd. And on January 2nd, I sold my first item, and I said, this is it. I'm doing this. I love it. Like I just like fell in love with eBay, and I just went strict. Like I just like did it all. And I was like, I'm doing this. I'm gonna take time out and like actually learn and just keep learning. And that's why I love watching everybody. Like before YouTube, like with eBay, I would watch like certain, I'm always on YouTube. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. And I never knew what videos to make. So get into that. What made you think, like, dude, I'm going to start making YouTube content? Like, what made you think about that where you're like, okay, I've watched enough YouTube videos? Because it's like, man, I feel like there's a switch that doesn't go off in people's brain where they're like, okay, I'm cool with being a consumer and buying stuff on eBay, or I'm cool with watching YouTube videos and posting likes and comments. But the switch never goes off in their brain where it's like, okay, dude, I'm going to have my own YouTube channel and I'm going to start making videos. So what got you started into doing that? So basically, like I was kind of like about to say was, I never knew what I wanted to do on YouTube. And I've always wanted to be a YouTube creator because I love making content and love making videos and looking back and saying like, I made that video. Like, that's so cool. Like, like I can make, it's YouTube, but it's about you. And that's what I love about it. And I love editing too. So a little story on that. In high school, I went to, it's called the TV Pro class, and I always did anchoring on the school news and stuff, like in middle school and in high school, and I always enjoyed being on the screen. I just love seeing myself on there, So it kind of, that grew on to being like, I want to be a YouTuber, but I never knew what to make videos about. So I started with like months prior. This was like last year, probably in summer, like around this time. Basically, I told my girlfriend, I was like, let's make some cooking videos. Like, let's just like make some funny comedy, videos. And I made about like 5 or 6 of them. I was like, you know what, man, this isn't me. Like, I love making YouTube videos. It was fun, but it wasn't me. I wasn't being myself,
Right.
And
gotcha.
Then I found this eBay stuff, man, and I just went through the roof. And I'm like, dude, I can make YouTube videos about this and grow. I told my parents and my girl, I'm like, this is it. I'm doing this. And I got the chills right now, but like it just, it all hit. And like, I just love doing this. Like I love just making content, and we're here, man. We're here.
Right. So how long have you been on YouTube now? Has it been 6 months or a year, or how long have you been making content?
I think it's been since like a little before March. So like basically like, right before like the virus hit and stuff. I want to see when my first
congratulations, bro, on getting your channel monetized, man. Because I saw your channel the other day and I was like, bro, I don't remember these ads being here. And I'm like, oh, my man Joey just got monetized. Yeah, I was watching your live stream the other day. You saw me in the chat. I was there hanging out with you.
Oh yeah. So I made my first video. It's about it says 6 months. So 6 months ago, I made my first video. So I mean,
that's awesome, man.
It's gone. I've been working hard, and I want to thank, if Josh ever watches this video, I just want to thank Josh. He's helped me tremendously behind the scenes, with everything. So I just want to tell him thank you first off. So
yeah. Right. Well, Ben, you just got to keep going, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
sometimes you're gonna have down, man. It's just called life. Sometimes you're gonna have down days at work. Sometimes I have down days on eBay. Sometimes I have down days on YouTube. And you just the thing is, you just got to keep moving, bro. Like I'll be on YouTube and I'll get comments. Like the comments will say something like, "Dude, I hope you die," and I'm just like, "What? Like
Yeah.
where did this come from?
That's
Like
terrible,
why can't
yeah.
you just say like, hey, how you doing? How's your weekend? How's it going?" So I'm just saying, bro, like that's the whole thing, is just trying to be consistent, because I feel like sometimes people get burned out. They get burned out at work, they get burned out on YouTube, and then they get burned out on eBay. Because it's you're like, let's say you make 10 sales, okay? So your sales in your eBay store start going down, right? Because if you're not listing consistently, now you have 10 less items on your eBay store, so your sales start going down a little bit. You know what I mean? So you got to like reinvest and keep doing it, man. So talk to me a little bit about your eBay store, man. What kind of items do you have in your eBay store? How long have you been on eBay? And what are your items that you're actually like looking for when you're at a thrift store or a yard sale or whatever? Like, what items is it that you're targeting when you're at one of these places?
Okay. When I started was, like I said, in January 2nd was my first sale. And ever since then, I started with clothes because I watched Rally Roots, and they always had, cool clothes that they had that they were selling. So I found, a bunch of clothes. I found some like Tommy Bahama like t-shirts that had Yankees on it. I actually sold that shirt for like $60. It was a really nice shirt. And then basically I go after hats and shoes. Like those are my top things. Like I'm easy. Like I can find it, real quick. And so basically right when I get into the store, I look at the shoes, and I look at all the shoes. After that, I turn around, the hats are right there. So like it's perfect. It's just right there for me.
I saw that goofy hat you had the other day, bro.
Dude.
So
that hat, I signed it, and I was like, I'm gonna give this away. And then it looked so cool. I was like, I can't give it away. I gotta keep this. It looks cool.
So when you're out there sourcing, you mainly like to go for, you look at the shoes, and then you go look at the hats, and then what else do you like to look at? I heard that you're real big into these cards now, and basketball, baseball cards. Yeah. I watched your what sold video the other day, and you said you sold this, like, I think it was a baseball card or basketball card for like $450. I was like, wait a minute, do people pay that much for a card? Because I'm just like, bro, I don't even pay that much for my rent. So I'm just like, wait, what? I'm serious. I'm sitting there thinking like, whoa, do they really pay that much for one card? Not for a whole box. It was just one card, right? It was like some limited edition card, right?
Yeah. So I went to Walmart. It was last week on Friday, and I go into there and I found some Topps Chrome. They just came out probably like 3 weeks ago. They're called Topps Chrome 2020, and it has like Aaron Judge on the front, and I think it's Pete Alonso, I think, if I remember correctly. But I only got 3 small packs. They're called fat packs, and 1 hanger box. And I was like, you know what, man, let's do it. I get excited. I love cards. It's something that I enjoy. It's just sports I love, and especially baseball. So I open up these packs, and I go to my last pack, and I open it up, and it was an orange refractor. And I'm like, dude, this got to be worth something. And it's Mike Trout. And I'm like, bro, dude, no way. Like, this is going to be a pretty good amount of a card, And I look it up online, and there's only 25 of them made. So, that's crazy. Only 25. So
it was like a limited edition card, right?
Limited edition card.
So when you got it, were you thinking like, man, I need to get this card graded? Or did you think, man, I need to hang on to it? Or were you thinking like, dude, I'm going to throw this up on eBay and throw it up for an auction? Or did you do fixed price? Or how does that work, man?
So I got so excited because like I spent a lot of money on cards. I actually spent like $1,000 worth of the new Chronicle NBA cards, the basketball cards. And I was like, you know what? Let me just throw this one online, just try to, because I have a bunch of other ones that I'm kind of like holding that I want to grade, because I have a bunch that I could grade and they'll be really good. And I'll show you a couple. But, I was like, you know what? Let me just throw this one online. And there's only 2 of them sold. The other one just sold for, it was like $350. The other one sold for $450. And so I priced mine at I think it was at $475. So I priced it there, and I was like, this thing's gonna sell in like a day, because it had like 25 bids on the other one, and I was like, it was a Tuesday when I put it up, Tuesday night, and I was like, let me just when I do auctions, I always do it on Sunday night at like 8:00. That's the best time to do auctions. You don't really want to do it in like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's not good because people are working. Sunday night is the perfect night. People are home, they're relaxing, they're on their phone, they might be buying stuff, Yeah,
I've heard the same thing, that Sunday is the best day to do auctions.
Yeah.
So go ahead. So tell everybody how much you paid for the card and how much you sold it for.
So basically, all the amount that I paid for the cards that day, I paid $35 for all those cards. Yeah. And I actually have other good cards that came with it too, like Bo Bichette. He's a new rookie card. I got that on a refractor, just a basic silver one. And I'm probably going to get that one graded because he's a new rookie and he's going to probably be one of the best baseball players coming up. So so I got that card, and I got a bunch of other pink refractor cards too. But this Mike Trout card, I was like, let me just throw it up on here, man. And let me see if I get some offers. And so I did. I got an offer for $350. And I was like, I don't want to take that. I want to stick to my guns. I have it up for $475. I shot back at $425. And they were like, hey man, like all I can do is $400. It's a lot of money I'm throwing out there. Sometimes I read that and I'm like, you know what, dude, let's just do it. I only paid $35 for the cards, so, I'm going to make this guy happy. And I did, man. I messaged this guy. And I was like, hey man, I'm really thankful for you. I appreciate your purchase. I had it on for first class. It's only like $3 for shipping, but I told the guys like, look, I'm going to upgrade this to priority and I'm going to put some insurance on it because, I don't want something to happen to this card. I told the guy, he's like, dude, that's perfect. I put it in a padded flat rate. I bubble wrapped it like 10 times. I just don't want it to bend, so did that and it got there safely. He just left me a good message or like a good feedback. I messaged him back and I was like, hey man, I'm glad you got it, because that's a lot of money to put on the table for a card, so that's probably the most expensive thing I've sold. So, I just wanted to make sure it got there safely, because I'm a really nice guy. Sometimes like, selling, reselling, like you feel bad sometimes, like you sell it for that much, but it's all part of the game, trying to make money, trying to live, so.
Yeah. So Joey, you have any cards on you can show our viewers?
Yeah.
So if somebody wanted to see like what to look out for or what, get an example of what they need to look for. Cause I'm not an expert on baseball cards and basketball cards, but I saw you've been pulling a lot of them out lately.
Yeah, man. I'll show you some personal ones that I've been collecting, or do you want to see like some good ones?
Just any of them, bro. I know you had some the other day in your What Sold video or your live stream, and you were showing like that some of them were like reflectors, and there was like a silver one, and you were just showing like some of the cards that you had, and be like, hey, I paid $20-$30 for this whole box of cards, and then one card sold for like $400, like $450. Yeah. I was like, really? Yeah, and I was like, bro, that's crazy to me that you can go to a Walmart and go buy a pack of cards and then turn around within a day or two and turn around and flip it and sell it for like $450. I was just like, man, I'm like, I guess people collect them,
Yeah, I really love this, man. It's a lot of fun. So the first big card that I got, I'll show you.
Yeah.
So the first cards that I got from Walmart were these. Actually, no, these are from Target. I got these from Target. And the first card that I pulled was this card right here. This is a base Zion Williamson rookie card, Mosaic. And I pulled this out of a pink camo pack. It was a small, they call them, like I said, they're called cellos, but we call them fat packs.
Right.
But I pulled, this is just a base card. There's no like refractor. There's no like craziness. It's just a base. Like you see, there's no shine on it. It's just a base card.
Yeah.
So that card, I just want to like keep forever. I didn't have another one. I had another one. This is the other card. So this is Ja Marant. So this is another base card. And this is a rookie card right here. This is the other big rookie that is going to be, he's probably going to win rookie of the year. So I just want to keep one of these and probably grade it and just always have forever just to keep, because it's cool to have, these cards. I just personally love it.
Yeah, well, the crazy thing is you never know when the stuff's going to go flying off the shelf. Like after what happened with Kobe, all the Kobe memorabilia was like sky high. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the stuff you never know, like you might have some stuff laying around your house, and then overnight it's like 10 times what it was the day before. Hey,
Yeah.
one of our viewers, they wanted to know how many items you currently have listed in your eBay store, and how has your sales been since all this stuff happened with the virus and the shutdown and all that. Your sales been up? Have they been down? Have they been flat? Like how's that been going, man?
It's been going good. Actually, I have 123 items currently on eBay. I'm only on eBay. I don't want to be on other platforms because it's just too much working full time, being a mailman, hanging out with family, friends. It's too much to think about. I don't want to, be sitting there and we're at dinner and I got to stare at my phone because I got to take off the other items just in case if it sells. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I got 2 eBay stores right now, but I'm not on a bunch of other platforms. I'm not on like Poshmark or Macari and Amazon. I'm just trying to max out the one platform that I'm on. So, have you been reinvesting? Like, are you outsourcing like regular, like every week, or how has that been going? As far as you like been reinvesting, you've been going outsourcing like 3 days a week, or how often you go outsourcing to get more merchandise?
So basically, this is what I do on my route. I go out and I load up my truck and everything, and I go straight to Goodwill and I take my lunch break. And what's awesome is it's on the way to my route. So I stop right in. I basically take my 30-minute lunch break and I head out to my route. But every day on my lunch break, I run out there and I get into Goodwill and I do my routine. Like I got a routine that I have. And like I said, I always run to the shoe and the hats first. And then they always got buggies pulled out, it's like perfect timing, like that I go in too.
Yeah.
They got the new buggies out and I run to those really quick, try to look at everything that's in there. And then I go straight to electronics. I run through the electronic wall and then I go to the sports section, like see if there's any bats or anything.
Right. So when you go to the Goodwill, you're like, dude, I got 10, 15 minutes. Everybody get out of my way.
Dude,
I'm coming
real.
through. Because I when I used to work at General Electric, I was like doing the same thing. On my lunch break, I would go to the Goodwill, go do all my shipping and eat lunch in 30 minutes and print off my shipping labels. So I'd print off my shipping labels. I would have like a little tape gun in my glove box. So I'm like taping up these boxes, dropping the stuff off there, printing off all my shipping labels, slapping the shipping labels on it, dropping the stuff off in the mailbox, trying to go grab me something to eat at the drive-thru, and try to go sourcing all in like 30 minutes. So I definitely know what that's like, bro. Yeah. So you're there sourcing and you're getting your merchandise there to list and you're only on your 30-minute lunch break. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's awesome. So Joey, so how's things been going with your YouTube channel, man? I saw you've been doing a lot of live streams and having different guests. I was watching your video earlier, and you had Profit Monsters on. He seems like a nice guy.
Dude, he's like my brother from another mother, dude.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about your trip up to visit Harry Tornado? Because I was actually saw Harry Tornado's YouTube channel, and I saw you guys up in there like going through. You had like all these pallets and skids and stuff you were going through. So tell me about your trip up there, bro.
So basically, like you were saying, I went live with I picked Drew. His name's Drew, Profit Monsters, and really awesome guy. Go check him out if you guys haven't.
Yeah.
He called me after it wasn't on the live when we did the live. It was like 2 weeks later. He called me. He's like, Joey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just hanging out at the house. I just got home from work. He's like, Joey, what do you think about seeing Harry Tornado? And I was like, bro, like I would do anything to go see him, like that's crazy. But I was like, dude, we have to make sure, like, we can't just show up at the house. Like I could never do that. I'm not that type of person. I'm the type of person like, let's plan it. Let's see if it's okay with his wife. I asked his dog Mose if it was okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But, I just was like, look, I just want to make sure first. I don't want to bombard you. I was like, look, what do you guys think? Like Drew asked first and then I asked second. I was like, hey, what do you think? And she was like, Josh talks about you guys all the time. I was like, dude, this is perfect. I just don't want to show up there and if maybe he doesn't like us or, something like that, something along those lines, or he doesn't want people to come, so I I was like, all right, perfect.
Yeah.
That was the first obstacle. Like, I didn't want to just show up there,
Yeah, I didn't know that Drew lived in Orlando. I thought he lived further away. So yeah.
Yeah, he lives straight in Orlando. Yep.
Yeah.
So I met up with him. I drove to his house. I left my car there, and we took his car, and we're driving. It's like 2 hours out. We're going, and his car is like it goes like doom 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 doom. I'm like, no way.
Gosh. So you were like freaking out a little bit, right?
Yeah, but like, it was all for memories. Like I'm glad that happened. Not that it happened, but we made memories out of it. So. He looked up a YouTube video. He's like, how do you fix, something that whatever was going on? Like, I have no idea. And he fixed it, bro. Like he got a box cutter. He cut out the plastic, and he bought like a screwdriver, whatever he bought, like a socket wrench. And he was working on the car. I'm like, bro, how do you know about this? He's like, dude, I just watched a YouTube video. I'm like, hey, that's right. He watched a YouTube video and he fixed it. And I was like, wow, like I would just leave the car there and I would have got a rental car, So, yeah, man, that's what we did. And it was crazy. And we drove there, and we were going to show up at about like 8:00, right before it got sunset. And
how long was your drive there? The one somebody in the chat wanted to know.
Okay. It took 2 hours for me to drive to him, and then it took 6 hours to drive there. But we stopped for that, and we got food, and we got there. I left my house at like 12:30. We didn't get there until like 11:30. So it like took a while to fix the car, eat a little bit. We stopped, we stretched a little bit. But all in all, I probably took about 10, 11, maybe 11 hours and 30 minutes. But it was all fun. Like we had fun.
I thought he lives in South Carolina, doesn't he? I thought, right? Yeah. So from Florida to South Carolina, does he live like near Myrtle Beach area? I mean, how far away from Myrtle Beach is he?
I didn't even look at the map. We were just talking the whole entire time. We followed the maps.
I was just wondering because you said it was like 10, 11 hours. So I was like, bro, that's a long drive.
Well, no,
because from Florida to South Carolina is not that far, man.
Well, no, I know. Just from why we stopped, like, we stopped
your car broke down, right?
It would have taken 8 hours. It would have taken 2 hours to him and then 6 hours to South Carolina. So 8 hours for me, 6 for him or for us. So then we got there at like 11:30 at night, and I told his wife, I was like, keep him up. Like he actually goes to bed early. I just know just because sometimes I talk to him. But he goes to bed early, and then he's like, what's going on? Like what, telling his wife. And you could see on my video, like I had the perfect perspective. It was insane. Like it was awesome how I met him. But it was late at night. It was completely dark. But yeah, we met him, and it was just, I was smiling ear to ear. My cheeks were hurting so bad. I was just so happy. Just meeting him, it was just awesome, so.
Yeah, man. So, so when you guys were up there, how many days were you up there at Harry Tornado's house? Just for a day or two? And did you go like thrifting or what? And I saw you guys went through a couple of pallets. How did that go?
So basically I had Sunday off. And then had Sunday off originally just from work, and I took Monday and Tuesday off to have hang out for at least one full day, hang out with him. So we basically woke up early. It was like 7 a.m. We woke up, and we went straight to his house. I'm like, what are we gonna do? Like like he's like, all right, I'm gonna take you and we're gonna go see my warehouse. And went to the warehouse. And we saw the pallets, and that was cool. It was cool to see where he had all of his pallets. And then we went thrifting all day. Like, it was just so much fun, like just hanging out, laughing, joking around. And we went to the bins and hung out there. And then we went to just a bunch of thrift stores. We went out to lunch. We had this barbecue place. It was so good. And it just basically hung out. And then we just went back to his house at like 1:00. We sat around and watched some YouTube videos, like some new Rally Roots video, and some cool like little funny YouTube videos. And then we're like, dude, let's go axe throwing. And we're like, what? Like I've never done that before. And we went there and we threw some axes. It was fun. Did that. Never done that before. It was a pretty cool experience. And then after that, we went back to his house, and like Josh was like, "Let's go live." I was like, "What? Like we're gonna go live on your channel?" Like, and he was like, "Yeah, man, let's go live." I was like, "Dude, this is like the best day ever." I kept telling him like, "Dude, this is the best day of my life." Like,
that's awesome, man. Joey, one of our viewers wanted to know when you were going to come pick them up in your Tesla.
Yeah, man, that's a far drive. And with my car, you got to charge every like 250 miles. So It just takes forever. We would have taken my car to go see Josh. It's just, I had such limited time that I just didn't have the time to do all that, so.
Yeah. So anyways, I didn't mean to interrupt you. So you had a good time hanging out with Harry Tornado. You were throwing axes. I actually was there at the live stream when you guys were there.
That's awesome.
I actually saw you and Drew there at the live stream, and I think you guys had like a giveaway or something. I saw your giveaway. Yeah. And so it looks like you had a good time there, bro. So tell me about your Tesla car. Do you have one of them automated cars that drives itself? You said you have to charge it. I drive a Prius, so I'm just wondering. And I was thinking the other day, I was like, man, if I had a Prius, I wouldn't have to spend, $300-$400 a month in gas. That's what I was thinking. But then I was like, bro, then I'd have to pay the electric bill to charge my car up every single day.
Right.
So tell me about your car. Go ahead.
So basically, I don't think anybody knows this, but I don't think I've ever told this story to anyone on YouTube. So basically, I'll tell you all my cars that I had. So in high school, my first car was a truck, and it was stick shift, and I never knew how to drive stick shift. My mom had a white minivan, and I just drove that, to like learn how to drive. And then my dad got me this F-150. He always knew I wanted a truck. Got F-150, it's stick shift, and I'm like, Dad, I don't know how to drive this. You're crazy. Like, why would you get this for me? And I'm crying, and I'm like, this is my first car. You're going to give me stick shift? And I loved it. I absolutely love stick shift. You can control your car. It's just so much fun to play with. And then gas was like $5 a gallon here in Florida. You remember when that happened?
Yeah. It was like right when the hurricane hit or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. So like gas was through the roof. And I couldn't, I just couldn't pay for it. I just, it was impossible. And I was like, Dad, what are we going to do? And he was like, look, we're going to trade in your truck and we're going to buy you a Fiat. Well, no, I said I wanted a Fiat. Where'd he go? I'll just go. No, I gotta wait. I can't continue the story.
Sorry, I lost you for a second. Go ahead.
No. So basically, I told my dad, I was like, let's get a car that's good on gas. And I'm Italian. So I was like, dude, Dad, I want a Fiat, And my dad's like, all right. So we went in there, we traded my truck in, and we got me a Fiat, a brand new one right off the lot. And I was so happy. And it was stick shift. And I loved that car. And I had that through high school and a little bit out of there. And then I started working with the post office. I saved so much money from Publix, from working Instacart, and starting working at the post office. I'm a saver, and I saved a bunch of money, and I bought a brand new Chevy Silverado right off the lot, 2018 silver. It was beautiful, dude. Bought it and had that. And I lifted it. I put some rims and tires on it. It looked awesome, dude. Like it was a dream truck. Like I just loved it. So basically had that truck, and I'm walking through the mall with my family, and there's a Tesla showroom, and I'm walking, and the guy's like, come in here. And I was like, no, I just bought a truck. I lifted it, everything. Like, I can't do that. Get away from me. He's like, just go look. Like, he's like, just come in and look. Like, I was like, all right, it's a Tesla. Like, I've never seen one in person. I just always see them on the streets. So I got in the car, and I'm like, dude, I love this car. Like, this is crazy. Like, got in the Tesla, and I was like, Dad, I love this car. He's like, Joey, you just bought the truck. I was like, I know, but like, this car is crazy. A week goes by, I did a bunch of research on YouTube, and then I was like, let me just go test drive it. You only live once. Let's just test drive it. I brought my girl, and I was like, let's go. So we test drove it. Dude, coolest car in the universe. Like, it's just the coolest car ever. We got on the 95, and he's like,
you're driving a Model 3, right?
I drive a Model 3. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we get on the high. He's like, get on the highway. I was like, you sure? Like, just drive in the streets, like, you know? He's like, no, get on the highway and put it in autopilot. And I was like, okay. He's like, double tap on the right. There's a little bar thing, and you just double do it, and you just double tap it, and then it goes doo doo, and then like it gets in the lane, like it puts you right in the lane and puts you center, and then it just drives. And I'm like, okay. Take my hands off the steering wheel. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, you would never ever take your hands off the steering wheel. Like, you know, your hands are always on the steering wheel. So, I'm just like light, like my hands are hovering around the steering wheel. Yeah. And he's like, all right, you know, just don't press the brake. Don't hold on to anything. It was crazy. The cars were stopped on I-95. I'm like, oh my God. And the car just slowed down right behind the car. I didn't touch anything. My hands were not on the steering wheel. It stopped slowly right behind the car. I was sweating, dude. I'm like, if I crash into this car, like I'm driving in this car that's, you know, $60,000. Like, I can't do that, you know? So yeah. And he's like, just trust the car. Trust the car. I was like, all right, dude. This is your, you know, this is all I told the guy, this is all on you if this thing crashes. He's like, dude, don't worry. I'm sweating, dude. I'm like, dude, if I crash, that's it, you know? So then that was it, man. I traded my truck in, bought a Tesla, and dude, I love this car. And you were talking about sorry, go ahead. Yeah,
your electric bill, does it cost you a lot of money on your electric bill to charge it up every day, or how does that go? Go ahead.
So now, before we talk about that, with my lifted truck, I was spending so much money on gas, dude. I was getting like 7 miles to the gallon. Like, you know, it just looked cool, but I didn't think about the expenses and, you know, the new tires, and, you know, the tires were like, you know, $1,400, you know, lifted, the big ones. And it was crazy, man. And I was like, you know what? Let me just do this. And, you know, I got full price for my truck back, you know, for the Tesla, which was nice. Like, I thought right off the lot, you know, it would depreciate, you know, but with my lift and everything, it kind of like worked out. It was perfect. So now that I have my car, I had an electrician come to my house, and they set up, it's a NEMA 1450 or something like that, or whatever it is. It's a different voltage type of thing, and it only fits for my car. So basically every night I charge my car, and it's $1 a day. That's it. You know, I only spend $30.
I was going to say $1 a day times 30 days. That's like $30 a month, right?
Yeah, it's only $30 a month, dude. And
so, yeah, $30 a month is way cheaper than me. I'm probably spending $10 a day, $15 a day in gas. So I'm probably spending at least $300 a month just in fuel costs. That's not counting, you know, maintenance and repairs and insurance and all that. So how much, if you don't mind me asking, how much is your car payment every month for your Tesla?
It's $542. So I put a lot into it. I put the truck that I had from the down payment that I put down on my truck went into the car. So the car was expensive, you know, so but it's an investment. I think it's an investment. Other people think, oh, you know, you're going to have to get a new car in, you know, 5 years. I'm like, nah, dude, I'm not. If you really think about it and you do the research,
I was doing the math on my phone earlier, and I was thinking, like, bro, if you save $300 a month in fuel cost, okay, and you do that over 12 months, that's $3,600 a year you're saving just in fuel costs. So in 10 years, if your car lasts 10 years, which I don't know if it will or not, that's $36,000 that you're saving just in fuel costs alone. You see what I mean? Because you're only spending $30 just for the electric bill to charge your car up. So go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Sorry, say it again. I said if you save $10 a day in fuel cost, okay? Now $10 a day times 30 days, that's $300 a month, okay? So $300 a month times 12 months in a year is $3,600. You get me? You understand? Yeah. So then if you have the car, let's say hypothetically the car lasts you 10 years, now you're looking at $36,000 that you're saving just in fuel costs alone. You see what I mean? Yeah. So because you're going from paying $300 a month, let's say, in fuel costs to like $30 a month. So you're saving almost $300 a month just in fuel. Yeah, it just in fuel.
So that's what I'm saying. So if you even though the extra money that you're not spending having to go to the gas station, you're saving that money and paying it into your car payment, basically.
Exactly.
So that's what I was trying to say. So hey, Joey, before we let you go, bro, we've already been live almost 50 minutes. I want to switch gears. I want to ask you a couple of questions. What is your goal for YouTube and in eBay? Tell me what your goals are, because I watched you on another live stream and you said one of your goals is to make like $100,000 a year. Can you elaborate? Is that including your job working for the post office plus eBay, or is that just eBay by itself? So can you elaborate a little bit on what your goal is?
Yeah. So basically what you're trying to say, or for myself, is that I want to be financially free. We all do, so, working at the post office has blessed me. It's blessed me with the house. I bought a house, a car. I've bought, the car of my dreams. I've done so many things with my job, and I'm so appreciative of what I have. But, you only live once in this world. And everything I do for a reason. Like I said in the beginning of this, this live, I feel like if I'm safe enough to consistently, I'm talking net, I'm not talking gross, I want to have consistent of like 3 to 4 years that with YouTube or even with just eBay or anything, any kind of income that I have, I want to, personally leave the post office. Everyone says, stay with the post office. It's an amazing job. I appreciate this job. I'm so thankful I have this job. I really am. But I want to live life, dude. Like, you only live once in this world. I don't want to be working and working, but the things that I'm doing now, it's not work for me. I think it's fun, dude. I love doing this. I love being a mailman, but I'm by myself in a mail truck. I could be with my girl. I could be with my family. I could be at those little things that when I have kids, I don't have to worry about rushing home from work, trying to beat the traffic, trying to do all this stuff. When I could do this and have fun and be with my family, be there for current, like some events, like someone's birthday, or, all these little things that I could personally miss because I don't have vacation time. I don't have sick leave, or you know what I mean? Those are the little things in life that, I'm 23 years old and I want to do things different than what other people did in the past. Like, it's just the truth. Like, it's a whole new world now, Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of people say you have these government jobs like military or post office, and that you want to do your 20 years and out and retire. Yeah. I had a job. I was working in a factory and I was there for 10 years. I worked there from 2006 to 2016. And, I had health insurance, had benefits, had 401k, had a pension and all this stuff. But then the longer I was there, the longer I started to realize, I started doing the math, and I was like, bro, if my cost of living keeps going up, and I'm like, what is it going to be when I'm 65, 70 years old? So whatever money they're telling me I'm going to be getting at my pension whenever I'm 60 years old, it's not going to be worth as much, because they're telling me it's going to be so many thousands of dollars you're going to get on your pension. But when I actually get to the age of 60, 65, 70 years old and I start drawing it, the value of that currency is going to be devalued. Does that make sense?
I agree.
I was sitting there, and I mean, I still have a pension from working there for 10 years, but I'm like, it's not worth me working here for 35, 40 years to get it, because you're working 8, 10, 12 hours a day, So Joey, before we let you go, bro, give me 3 good tips that you have found for eBay and YouTube. If someone's watching, if they're interested in starting a YouTube channel, give me 2 good tips for YouTube and 3 on eBay, and then we'll get you out of here, buddy.
For sure. 2 things about YouTube is doing your research. Watching YouTube videos. That is the best thing you can do. I would start at what sold videos, to look at brands, to look at all different types of things like that. And then if you want to become a YouTuber, it's not for everybody. But if you work hard enough and you do the little things like, camera angles, or, different little things, but do what works for you. What works for me is different. I do different things. But for you, if it works, it works. If you have the information, you have the great information and stuff like that, it's going to work. And that's why this community is amazing. You can learn from everybody, no matter what. It doesn't even, it doesn't matter. All the people with information, like I said, is just amazing. So
Right. So you want to do your research,
Do your research.
so you want to be consistent on YouTube as well, right?
Yes, you always want to, I always go live Monday nights at 9 o'clock. Like that's consistent. I've done that for probably 4 months now. I've been doing that, and I
Yeah,
love doing those lives. I love being live. Like
I saw your live stream the other day when you were listing items. You and
yeah,
Profit Monster.
that's
Yeah,
new
yeah.
to me. That's actually new to me. That's fun. Like I'm working while I'm working. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
doing
but you still get to
YouTube.
interact and talk to people in the community at the same time. So give me 2 or 3 tips on eBay that's helped you out as far as being successful. Like, would it be listing items every day? Would it be reinvesting? Would it be like, give me 2 or 3 good tips for eBay?
So for me, basically is again, doing your research. You don't want to buy something that's not going to have a good turnaround. That's not going to have a good sale. So what's perfect for me is it should be for everybody is when you look up that item in Goodwill, yard sales, wherever you are, when you look up that item, look up that sold comp. You want to see, okay, how many active listings there are. Okay, there's 30 of them, and there's 120 that are sold. That's an amazing turnaround. You want to grab those items. But if you have an item that has 12 listings with nothing sold, it's kind of like iffy, like, should I buy this? If you're getting a good a good deal on it, maybe there's only 12 on there. You could try to beat the system, with a lower cost with free shipping. You know what I mean? So those little things like that.
Yeah. All right. So you're doing your research, but I'm saying, like, how often should you go sourcing? How often should you be listing? How much should you be reinvesting? Those type of things.
Okay.
Give me some more info, Joey.
For me, I feel like everyone has this. It's like the fear of missing out, for sourcing. I go every day on my lunch break, which is good for me because it keeps me consistent where like, I want to go to like Goodwill every day. Like, cause like if I miss out on something that's $4, I could turn it to 100, I don't want to miss out on that, but then you don't want to be backed up on like items. Like right now I'm backed up, and that's why I did the live where like I would need to start listing my items because I'm starting to build up and I need to list, so that's why I did that live with listing,
Right. So you go out and go sourcing pretty much almost every day. You do your research, and then you list. I mean, I saw you when you were doing your live listing. You're like, I hope everybody else is listing with me.
Yeah.
I was there chilling, hanging out, man. But I was out driving, working. I was listening to your live stream. But he was just like, all right, I want everybody else to be listing with me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I hope they are. So that's cool that you can hang out and you got a group of people to encourage you. You're around like-minded people to help you out with your eBay thing. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
So how often do you usually list? Like 3-4 days a week, 5 days a week? Like how often do you list items?
I tried to list one thing a day, like at least, like if I can. But I always list something. Keep it consistent. Don't stop. Like, once you stop, then you gonna like, whatever. And then no, be consistent, dude. Like, keep going. Don't stop. Like, if this is what you want, I got items up there that are sitting there, list. I bought a sign that says do it now. Like just those little things like that you could read like while you're sitting in, your eBay room or wherever you have your eBay stuff and you list.
Yeah.
Like just do it now. Why are you gonna wait? I got money sitting there, let's go. Let's do it.
I'm with you, Joey, man. You were saying earlier how you want to try to find an item for $4 and sell it for $100. That's kind of what I'm doing. I go right now. I'm specializes in getting DVDs and video games. So my thing is, here let me explain. If I get 10 DVDs in the pawn shop, okay? They're all brand new in a shrink wrap, and I pay 50 cents a piece for them, okay? So 50 cents times 10, I paid $5 in merchandise, right? Now, if I sell each one of them for $10 a piece, right? Times 10, I turned $5 into $100. You see what I mean? Exactly. So even though I'm not buying one item like one hat or one pair of shoes for $5 and selling it for $100, I have to list 10 times as many items to get the same amount of juice. Does that make sense? But your ratio is a 20x. So if I spent 50 cents and turned 50 cents into $10, that's still a 20x on your money. Do you follow? What I try to do is try to get items for 50 cents or $1. And then if I can turn that dollar into $20, I felt like I did my job. And then if something happens to the item, if it gets lost or broken or stolen, or the customer tries to scam you, or they want to return, well, I'm only out 50 cents or $1 that I have tied up in the item. So that's what I try to specialize. I try to get a lot of those items in my store. So if something happens to the item, like, you know, it's not the end of the world. But for my case, like, my goal is I'm trying to get 10,000 items listed in my eBay store. So in order for me to do that, I have to scale. Like I said, if I'm buying an item for 50 cents and selling it for $10, and you bought an item for $5 and sold it for 100, I got to list 20 times as many items as you do to make the same $100. You see what I mean? So maybe you only need maybe 1,000 items in your eBay store, where I might need 10,000 in order to get to the same numbers. Even if the margins is the same 20x on your money, I have to list 10 times or 20 times as many items to get the same number. Yeah, anyways, we've been live for about an hour. Do you have anything else to say before we let you go, Joey?
Yeah, man. This guy over here, X-Killa over here, says, Jeff, start doing sneakers. You know, there's different items that you can, you know, that you look for. You know, I'm a type of dude that, like, all right, hats are $1.50 for me, $1.50 all day long. So, you know, I'm going to buy a hat and I'm going to try to turn around for 15. Like, that's my lowest thing I'll go, like, 15, 14, 13, you know, I'm good with that. But like other items, like hard goods, like I'm going to buy like a VCR and sell it for 100, dude. I'm going to try, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I saw you actually sold one in your live stream the other day.
I sold two. It was crazy.
Yeah. And you had a giveaway. So that was awesome. I saw that. But anyways, bro, we've been running for an hour. I want to thank you guys for coming by and hanging out. I actually had a guy that sent me a message the other day. He's got a whole thing of sneakers. So that's in the works. A guy just messaged me yesterday. So we'll see. He said he's got 2,000 shoes that are all brand new with tags that he wants to sell on eBay. So that might be coming. But anyways, thanks you guys, viewers, for hanging out. I want to thank my guest, Joey, for hanging out with me. And I'll talk to you soon, man. You have a great night, all right?
All right, man. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.
All right, bye.